Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips. Get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. I'm so excited to be having this next guest on the show because he's only been dodging me for quite a long time. But this time I was finally able to reel him up. I mean, he was 20 minutes late, but I think it's going to be really well worth it. Now, before we continue with this very exciting episode, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to Josh, Rogue Media Network, who is producing this episode of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you for staying late for us. Thank you. And of course, to all of you guys who continue to show me love and support. And just real quick, before I go on with naming my sponsors, I just want to give a huge shout out to George De Leon for these super cute grip socks that make sure you guys get, if you want these socks. I don't know what the grips are for, but somebody told me it was for something special. And I'm not going to repeat what they said on the show because we're trying to keep it rated PG-13. But these socks are amazing. They're super comfortable. Shout out to my boy George De Leon. And if you guys want the socks, I'm going to put the link in the bio, so make sure you guys go check those out. Now, before we continue with this exciting episode of The Public Affair, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of the show. This episode is brought to us by David Santabanez with Linear Real Estate. He is the #1 sales agent in his office. That's why he's going to help you buy a home or sell your property. If you guys don't know how to buy a house, you don't know the first thing, you don't know the first step, make sure you hit my boy David Santabanez with Linear Real Estate. Se habla español. He's going to walk you through everything step by step and make sure that you're involved in every single part of the process. My boy David this is the reason why he's the #1 sales agent in his office, all right? Okay. My boy David Santabanez, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my girl Anika Armstrong with Armstrong's Bayou Cafe and Bayou's Po' Boy, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine. Oh, it's giving dinner with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. Listen, my favorite is absolutely any pasta that you can get at that restaurant. I roll around in every single pasta, and it lives rent-free in my stomach, all right? The top recommended, of course, is all their seafood items, so make sure you guys go check that out. Union Hall and Union Grove. Follow at Armstrong's Bayou Cafe. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Manny Gura Blue Star RV Services, a mobile RV tech who can fix all RVs, even those broken down food trucks. I'm so tired of going to a food truck, and it's summertime, and it's 112 heat index, and you guys tell me that you can't cook anymore because the AC is not working. Call Blue Star RV Services and they go out there and fix the AC so I can order a triple meat cheeseburger with french fries, all right? Also for all RV fixes as well. We all know that those RVs just be breaking down. He's going to get it taken care of. Him and his team are 100% reliable to Blue Star RV Services. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to JG's Lawn Care with Jonathan Garcia. Contact for all lawn care, including mowing, weed eating, edging, tree trimming, and so much more. He's offering competitive pricing and willing to travel absolutely anywhere to get your property looking absolutely right. Se habla español también to my boy Jonathan Garcia. Keep doing your thing, and thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair with JG's Lawn Care Waco. Of course, to Chet's Pizza and Burgers with Jesse and Tanya Sotomayor, which I just got back yesterday from eating a New York-style pizza, pepperoni and cheese, yum. Okay, and then they gave me a Mexican hot dog just because I wanted to, because I was giving big back vibes, all right? And everything over there, the subs, you guys, the desserts, the delicious beer. The restaurant is so family-friendly orientated, and they have amazing lunch and dinner options. Make sure you guys go check out Chet's Pizza and Burgers at 3125 Bellmead Drive. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to Jeff Davis at the Texas Car Plug at University Mazda Kia. Listen, if you guys have bad credit, you guys don't have no credit, right? And it's giving bad credit vibes, and you don't know if you can leave the lot with a car or not, just hit up Jeff Davis. He's going to work overtime to make sure that you're leaving with the best car on the lot, so that way you're super happy, and he's going to get you the best deal as well. Jeff Davis, the Texas Car Plug at University Mazda Kia. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. All right, guys. So like I said, I've been super excited to have this next guest onto the show because you guys know that I love more than anything than having a barber on this show, because barbers, they be getting the tea. Barbers, I don't care what nobody says. Barbers know more more about us than absolutely anybody in this town. They know more about us than our wives and our husbands, our side pieces, our parents, sometimes questionable, even Jesus. There you go. I said it. I don't care. Now, he is a veteran barber in his own right, and definitely doing his thing. And half the reason why half of you guys in Waco look as amazing as you do. I'm so excited to welcome my very, very special guest, Mr. Johnny Ray Tovar, is here on the Public Affair. Finally. You've only been having me wait for a long time. What's going on here? Yeah, it's been about a year, Johnny. Okay, I'm gonna kick your ass.
As, you know, I am a little bit shy, but as I've been becoming a barber, you know, being more open. And,
okay, so you've been shy since the womb.
Since the womb.
Yeah, because you can't be shy a barber. You know, shout out to Misa the barber.
Right.
I feel like Misa was the same way. He made me wait a really, really long time, and then he finally came on the show, and we just opened you guys up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So no, again, thank you again. And, you know, we met on social media, been watching you do your thing, and shout out to my barber, Sid.
Shout out Sid.
Yes, Elite Barbershop. Whenever Sid says something really good about another barber, I just know it's going to be great. So thank you again. Why is now the right time to come on this show?
I feel like now I'm just more knowledgeable of the barber industry. I didn't feel deserving.
Really?
I didn't know what to say on the right questions, but now that I know, I've gone through what I've gone through school, further education classes, seminars, one-on-one mentorship. So,
and you're doing speaking now. You speak at some. I saw that. You know, and you are a barber at. And I want to give a shout out to Butlers Barber Lounge.
Shout out Butlers.
Yes, to Corey. Tell Corey to hurry up and come on the show. I don't know what he's making me wait for.
Yeah.
Does Tony Tap still? Tony, does he still work there?
Yep.
Yeah. Tell Tony what's up too. Yeah.
For sure.
I used to try and want to slide in his DMs, but then I found out he had a girlfriend or something. I don't know what's going on anymore. Yes.
Wild.
Yeah, he's wild. Yes. Now, okay, Johnny, can you just, for anybody who's living under a rock and watching this episode of The Public Affair, can you just kind of introduce yourself to us and tell us a little bit about who you are, please, in life growing up for you?
So my name is Johnny Ray Tovar. I was raised in Austin. I was born in Waco. Moved to Austin when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
Grew up out there, and then after I graduated high school, my mom told me we're gonna move back to Waco.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, I'm going with you because I don't want to get left alone in that cost of living.
Oh,
it's high out there.
It's getting expensive.
So
so
I've been here for the past 10 plus years now.
Yeah. So you grew up in Austin, right? So you grew up in the big city lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
What was it like over there, growing up over there? Because I think a lot of people have this conception, right? Like they're from Waco and they feel like they have to make it to Austin to make it. Quite the contrary for you. You moved back. You moved back. You didn't pursue barbering out there. So what was life for you like growing up there?
Growing up in Austin was just like a whole bunch of people, popularity everywhere.
Right.
You know, I was moving from school to school. I wasn't like one kid at one school for so long.
Why was it like
I even came back here for like a couple years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was just like 2 years and then went back over there.
What was the moving all the time? Are you guys military or something? Or
no, it's just being under, you know, almost borderline Section 8, but not Section 8.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You know,
so the circumstances were a little bit dire. Okay, we're no strangers to that. Yeah. So was it just you and mom growing up? Or?
Basically, yeah. But we also had like uncles and cousins, like in a one-bedroom apartment. Be like 8 of us total in one bedroom apartment.
Now, Johnny, you know, it's fun. Not funny. It's not funny by any means, but you know, I like that you're sharing that because you seem like you have a really good head on your shoulders. See, a lot of people that grew up in those circumstances, they tend to not have a really good head on their shoulders. You know what I mean? Yeah. So were you always kind of just level headed like this and just kind of chill, or did you kind of have to grow into that?
So I was born in Waco, so during the summer I would come out to Waco, visit family all the time, and it was always church out here. Yeah. So that, I guess that kind of instilled the kindness in my heart growing up. Okay. And then when I went to Austin, I didn't care too much about popularity. I was just meeting cool people, right? Because Austin got a bunch of just walks of life,
very eclectic group of people.
So with that, those two things kind of formed me to be who I
Sure. So you were never in trouble or nothing like that, regardless of the circumstances that you grew up in, correct? Okay, got you. And so did you find a particular drive? I mean, you know, so growing up in Austin and whatever, did you find a particular drive instilled in yourself to make it out of that, right? Because you're not on Section 8 now, right?
Right. Yeah. Saw my mom working 2 jobs for like years. It's just
really.
That's what kind of motivated me to get my license at 15 and
sure,
you know, all that. So
did you get your
Driver's license.
I was going to say, not your barber's license.
No,
yeah. I was like, I thought there was rules. I thought
right.
Yeah, there's rules and regulations.
Now, you can get your barber's license at like young age, 16.
Oh, can you really? Okay, see, I don't know that. See, you have to school me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So if you don't mind me asking, was Dad around, or how was your relationship with
No,
Dad?
he was here, going in and out of jail, and he was always here.
Oh, I see.
Waco
okay, got you.
So, yeah.
But shout out to Dad. I mean, he's
around. Great guy, yeah.
Yeah, good guy. That's good.
That's where he got Johnny Ray, Tovar. The Ray is Stevie Ray Vaughan is his favorite singer.
Oh, okay,
so
got you.
He got that.
So he named you. Okay, sure. Do you miss some things? Do you think that your career would have taken off in Austin more than it is here? I mean, I think you have a pretty good clientele base here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess a little bit faster. Obviously, yes, because traffic over there, there's constantly traffic. Sure. And I am good people with a lot of people out there too. Yeah. So I think I would have gotten the support faster maybe. And growth, yeah.
Yeah. Did you find it hard getting support in your business, in your...
Oh, it's absolutely hard. Your first year or two?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely hard.
Well, because nobody really knows who you are, right? I mean, you're not from here, you know. Yeah. No. Okay. So let's talk about the barber beginnings. What made you become a barber, Johnny? Like, why did you want to become a barber?
I was truck driving for Budweiser.
Oh my God, were you?
Yeah, and then COVID happened.
Oh shit.
And then COVID happened. That cut our hours from like 60 to 50.
Yeah.
And so I would have like 3 days off from working 5 days. Well, I was working 5 days. I went down to 4 days. Okay. So 3 days, I'm just sitting at home. That's not me.
Right.
So I went to Mr. Corey as a barber at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I known him as Simon way back when.
Do you guys call him Mr. Corey?
Well, I refer to him as Mr. Corey.
Oh, you refer to him because he's respectful.
Right.
Hello, you guys have something to learn. Johnny's very respectful. Yes, that's good. You can refer to me as Mr. Andrew G if you want.
Mr. Andrew G. Mr. Andrew G.
If you don't call me Mr. Andrew G on the show, then I'm not airing this episode, Johnny. Okay. No. I think that's great. No. Yeah. But okay, so
I went to him, and I was like telling him, venting to him as we do, in the chair.
Sure.
Right. And so I was like, I think I want to go to get a second job or go back to school. Because I was always in college, or I went to get my truck driver's license. Yeah. So I was always looking to go into school always,
Yeah, for sure,
and I'm only getting older. I was 26 at the time.
Okay.
COVID.
Yeah.
And so he was like, go to barber school. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, you know what? You might be on to something.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm someone that's going to stand on business.
Okay.
So I'm
you give me very direct vibes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Except when you were trying to come on the public affairs. It made me witty.
Just being nervous.
So pretty much Corey inspired you to get into... Okay. Yep. But you had no business prior. It's not... You know, a lot of barbers, they cut, like in high school, they cut at the house. They cut in the kitchen. So nothing.
Nothing. Coming from nothing.
Okay.
Like no knowledge.
So you learned all your skills in school. Is that correct? Or?
Not really in school. At the shop, per se.
Oh, at the shop. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, got you. No, but what I'm saying is, like, when you went to the school, you didn't know nothing.
Didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
Just learned the fundamental, the basics, and basically that's it during school.
Oh, okay, I got you. Do you know? And so Madison Barber School.
Madison,
right?
shout out Madison. Shout out Zach.
Madison.
That boy Zach.
Yeah, Zach is great. People, I think he's so kind. He needs to come on the public affair too.
Yeah, he'll do great. He'll do great.
So and I wanted to ask, why was it important? Because a lot of barbers don't even bother getting certified, right? They don't bother getting their license, and and no shade, it's just whatever. But I wanted to ask why it was so important for you to get licensed.
Because I want to do things the right way.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Anything I set out to do, I wanted to do it the right way.
Right. I got you. Okay. So tell me about your first time cutting there, right? Okay, right. This has got to be great, right? Because you have no experience. You have no experience. Yeah. Now you're at the Madison Barber School, and they have you guys cut hair.
And talking about being a nervous guy as I am.
Yeah.
You have to open up as a barber, too.
Okay, for sure.
So they're just different dynamics that led, and then just being into nervous, totally going into the barber school.
Yeah, for sure.
But Zach helped me open up a little bit. He was like, he gave me the reality, though. Mm-hmm. Even though he wasn't as good of an instructor teacher. Yeah. But he was a great business-minded person. So he gave us the blueprint on that part,
sure.
Everything on that, and so he was just and plus you're only gonna get through something if you just go through it. You can't run away from it.
No, totally.
So Zach always was like, he was like, oh, you weren't gonna start cutting till 2 weeks into your school.
Okay.
And he made me start cutting the second day or third day.
Oh wow!
So he just threw me under the bus off guard, and I was just like,
But you have to get thrown into the wolves.
Got to.
You have to. Don't you feel like that's a fundamental way of learning?
Yeah.
You do. I mean, you can read textbooks all day.
Yeah.
You just have to be thrown in. So did you mess it up?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of times I messed up.
No, but the first one you messed up because because I think a lot of times when you mess up the first time trying something, it could discourage you from pursuing that.
Oh yeah.
So what was that like for you?
Well, I felt like I've always had a great bounce back out of me. Like anything. I mean, nobody's perfect, but I have a great bounce back. I see. Yeah.
And
but I can't recall like when I was in school when I messed up per se, because you're always gonna mess up most of those cuts.
Right.
But when I was in the barbershop with Corey, you know, one day a mom, they just moved to town from Chicago, and so she came to our barbershop, and you know, the kid wanted a comb over, and comb overs is kind of difficult for a barber, you know, for a beginning barber.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Because you have to comb over. It's just kind of hard. And they're dealing with cowlicks and stuff.
It's giving bald, yeah. My hair's thinning. Don't make fun of me. Shut up.
Me too.
My best friend Marlon tells me all the time, and I'm going to punch him in his face if he tells me again. But go ahead.
Yeah. And man, I made that kid cry, man.
Really?
I mean, I went too short on the bangs to comb it over.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I was just trying to worry about the edge up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, you know, learning as I went through that, learn after that, like, it's not always about the edge up. Just give them what they want.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about the edge up. Worry about the cutting the sides and the top.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the edge up per se, right? So,
okay. Is that like an unwritten rule or something like that, or?
I mean, yeah, because the barbers think, you know, everything needs to be ripe or everything needs to be sharp.
Yeah.
No, it don't have to be that way. It don't.
It doesn't.
You know
okay.
yeah.
So quite the contrary, because I've met barbers that have said the opposite. So your opinion differs.
Well, I want to be able to cut hair, not just cut one. Like my uncle goes to a barbershop in Austin, and all they do is cut black and Mexicans.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. I'm not gonna. That's why the environment I'm in is perfect for me.
Okay.
With Corey and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's pretty diverse, and then they make you guys wear suits. Not suits.
So he did, but he's been lax, and especially in the summertime.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh my God, I was gonna
he's
say
been laxed. He's been.
You know who was there too? Shout out to Luke Wu.
Shout out.
He
Shout
was
out Luke
on
Wu.
this podcast, and now he's like in Tampa doing big things, right? Like What Tomb 45?
Doing hair transformation on himself.
Oh my God! Did you see that haircut that he got?
Yeah.
That what was it? The square.
Man, y'all got to pull that up, man. On your show,
my God,
bro.
I do. I'm gonna find a picture and shout out to.
It's
Luke
on his
Wu.
IG. It's on his IG.
Is. You know what? Luke Wu dipped on me because he came on the podcast and then he moved to Tampa, or to Florida, wherever he was moving. Yeah, and
I can get to that right now.
Sure,
actually,
sure.
So he moved to Tampa. So the mentor I actually have is who he went to travel to, moved to work under.
Oh, really?
So that's also one of Corey's mentors. Like that dude that he went to go work on.
Is it the guy? Is Tomb 45 involved?
The owner of that dude.
I use their gel, just not today.
Shave gel.
Yeah, I use their shave gel.
Yeah, it's great.
Sid uses that on me every time he cuts my hair. So shout out to that.
Yeah, and it smells good and all that. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
And he's giving us business plans. Like I'm in a meeting today, and they're talking about guerrilla marketing, and so we're just having like 4 meetings a week, and it's just on me if I want to stick to that and get on those meetings.
Sure. Okay.
And so Luke Wu was a part of that before I was.
Okay, gotcha.
So, you know, yeah.
And shout out to Luke Wu. And he spoke hhis native tongue on this show. And if he wasn't straight, I would have totally took him home that day. But he's straight as a freeway. Yes, he is. And it did something to my body. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. No, big shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
No. So you know. Okay. So you cut hair. Right, and your bounce back is good, and then you kept messing up with it. How many times did you actually mess up, Johnny, before you were like, oh, okay, wait, I think I got this down. I think I'm a little bit more comfortable now.
So I've been doing it now 4 years. In September, it makes 4 years. So I think when I went into my third year is when I knew, okay, there's nothing I can't do now.
Did it take you 3 years to get comfortable?
Like 2-3 years to really get like comfortable with myself on like my skill set.
Yeah, I got you. But like surely at the school too, you were messing up left and right.
Oh yeah, left and right. Yeah,
okay,
left and right,
but then it's a rule too, though, right? Because at school you're allowed to mess up.
Allowed to mess. It's $5. I mean, at the time it was $5.
Well, yes, no, because when I went to Interstate to get my haircut, that's where I met Sid and Zay and Joe Cuts and all of them. Yep. And I remember their instructor would yell at the kids because they would be mad that some people, not them per se, but some people would mess up.
Yeah,
and I remember the kids.
Yeah, at the kids or at the students.
No, he would not. I'd never heard him yell at the students. I used to hear the person yell at the clients. Yeah. Well, because the clients would be complaining that, oh my God, this guy messed my hair up. I don't like the way it looks.
Yeah,
and
but you can't be that picky going to a school.
You can't because school is where you learn. And hello, it's only $5. You know what I mean? And then I thought I was hot shit going in that school, Johnny, because I was on Power 108 at the time. That's when I first started my radio.
Okay.
So I thought I was just
Shout out to Power 108. Yeah. I saw that. Oh, you didn't like it there?
No, I love Power 108. I just haven't been on the radio in so long, buddy. Okay. Listen, you know what, Johnny? I want to get more into, of course, stories because I know that you as barbers, you guys become therapists, right? I want to get your opinion on pricing. I want to get your opinion on the state of barbering as a whole. Sir. Okay, but I love he's so respectful. Stop this. No, we're going to take a quick break, okay? And when we get back, we're going to learn more with Johnny Ray Tovar, his perspective in the careership of barber and more. So make sure you guys stay tuned here on The Public Affair. guys, I hope you're enjoying this exciting episode of The Public Affair. My very special guest, Mr. Johnny Ray Tovar, is in the building. That's right. Now, before we continue with this exciting episode of The Public Affair, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out. I'm just going to give a shout out to a few more sponsors of this episode of the show. This episode is brought to us by Julian and Anabanda with Banda's Hauling Service. They rent dump trailers. Right, listen, you fill it up, they're going to haul it away. They also do junk removals. They do tree brush removals. They haul cars in and out of town. The car breaks down. You need a tow truck. He's got you as well. You guys have one of those big giant Mexican parties where there's trash everywhere. Make sure you hit up the roll-off dumpster services as well. Listen, he's just 100% reliable for absolutely every single thing, and he's totally goated at what he does. The Banda's Hauling Service, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Jeffrey Montreal with Boyo Box and Audio, home for all your LED needs and audio accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He's also specializing in building custom subwoofer enclosures and so much more. You know, he gave me the bass. He gave me my bass. That way I could bump Cheetah Girls in South Waco. I love it so much, and I turn the bass all the way up. And it's the best thing ever.
You have bass in your car,
I
Andrew?
sure do. Really? He put bass in my effing car, Johnny, and I'm so gangster. And nobody thought that you could bump Britney Spears to that bass, and yes, the F you can. I'm challenging stereotypes. I'm going to show it to you when we get out of here.
What was his name again?
Jeffrey Montreal.
Okay.
Boyo Box and Audio. Just hit up the number on the screen, okay? And he's got you, bro. He's got you. Your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. Of course, the Myra Rosadas with Striker Pose Photography. That's right, Dottie. A digital photo booth business. Perfect for parties, private events, corporate events, and so much more. Listen, it's fun. It's convenient. It's easy. She's also offering digital, customized invitations and sports photography as well. And if you guys need a personal photographer, she's got you. She's up and coming. She's amazing. The pricing is absolutely, it's just uncomparable. She's so phenomenal. I love her so much. It's Habla Español Striker Pose Photography. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, the Jesus Sanchez from Mart, Texas with Brothers Roofing and Remodeling, a small construction business from Mart, specializing in general roofing needs and so much more. Listen, protect your home. It's mad crazy. The weather here is crazy. It's giving crazy. The homes are not being protected, but Brothers Roofing and Remodeling, they got you. And for all remodeling services, get your home the upgraded that you always want, all right? To Jesus Sanchez, Brothers Roofing and Remodeling, Habla Español, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, y'all know I'm going to give a shout out to Sid. Sid Rodriguez, Elite Barbershop, located on Hewitt Drive. Call the number on the screen. Download the Squire app. Walk-ins are welcome as well. He has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Fletcher, Isai Reyes, Sam Ceballos, and Kyle Berry, making you look as snackish as I have for more than 212 episodes of The Public Affair. And every time they cut my hair, my DMs are super duper lit, and they also use 245 products as well. So Elite Barbershop, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. All right, guys, I'm back with my very special guest. Johnny, thank you so much again for coming.
Thank you.
Are you feeling a little bit more loose now?
Yeah, feel a little bit more loose. Yeah.
Hello. It's real right here, okay? There's no right or wrong answer. Yeah. And I just thank you again. I'm just so grateful that you came in because I've respected you so much in your business.
Would they call them a safe zone, or would they, you know what I mean?
This is not a safe zone.
No, not a safe zone?
No. We speak our minds on the public affair. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's safe to speak your mind.
Oh, yeah.
You know, right?
Okay, you won't be judged.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
Except your girlfriend.
No, I don't have no girlfriend.
Oh, good. So you're on the market. Okay.
Yeah,
gays, to stay out of the DMs. That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
The gays are going to be in the DMs. Sorry. Okay. But you might get some girls.
To each his own. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. But some girls might slide in your DMs too after the show. Because every time you guys come on the show and you guys say that you're single, the DMs are flocking for a week.
All right. Well, I mean, if I gain more clientele, that's what I'm aiming for more. So.
Okay. Well, so you're not focused on a relationship?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Yeah. Do you think you bury yourself too much in work?
I mean, you have to. Yeah. I mean, this schedule right here is not for the week. You know?
Okay, got you.
You know, for my partner, whoever that may be, and for myself, it's not for the week. You know?
So you're single, no kids, right? Okay, so you're just doing your thing, and you're just about work.
Well, because that's just what life has led me to. Pretty much.
I mean, you're my age and same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm barely about to maybe bring somebody to my best friend's baby shower. Maybe.
How long has the Public Affair been going?
4 years.
4 years? So
yes.
Yeah.
But I've been in this business for 10 years. Right. Well, excuse me, 8.5 years.
And the radio? How long
radio
were you doing
was
that?
7 years.
7? Okay.
7 years, and then the Public Affair 4 years. Okay. But they were kind of intertwined for a minute. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I was doing both at the same time.
Right. I can relate.
Go watch my episode of the Public Affair. We talked about it. But
yeah. Which episode?
I'm going to send it to you. It was Kaylin Flores.
Okay.
She interviewed me on this show. I sat right where you are.
Okay.
And I'm going to send it to you. And you know what I thought? Just real quick. I know it's about Johnny. But Johnny, we're going to get back to you.
We're here for you.
She interviewed me, and everybody for a long time wanted to know what happened at the radio station because the leave was like bad. It was like a bad breakup. And so I talked about it on the show. But then I also talked about my brothers. Like, they're my best friends, but they're my brothers. I call them my brothers, and I love them. And I started crying. And everybody resonated with that. That's what they were like. Andrew, you made us cry. This is so touching. I can't believe that they mean that much. Don't you think brotherhood is important?
Absolutely.
Don't you think so? Do you know what I mean? And us as men, we need to be vulnerable enough to say that. I know I'm gay, Johnny, but damn it, you know what I mean? They're still my brothers, and I love them. You know, and I'll smack bitches behind them. I will.
You are who you surround yourself with. Yeah.
Exactly. You have to surround yourself with positive people. And so, why is Corey the best for you in your business to be surrounded by?
Well, you know, he was the one that put it in my head, right?
Yeah, sure.
So it's just like the loyalty behind that. You know? So, and then, you know, he was like, I'm going to build a stations for you, and I'm going to make sure you're going to be making $2,000 a week barber. And
oh, wow.
You know,
Corey.
And he really lived up to, you know, his word.
Are you making $2,000 a week as a barber?
Oh, easily.
Oh, wow. You know, I always told Sid that if I didn't do the show anymore, I would become a barber too. Could you imagine me as a barber?
I can see it.
Right?
Because you carry yourself the way you keep yourself, you know, sharp, you know. So
I know, but people would be scared to tell me their tea, which we want to get into in just right now, actually. Sure. Yes. So you have a lot of therapy sessions, I'm sure, in the chair. When we sit in the chair, there is just something about y'all's presence and being on that chair that just makes us just like...
That's what it's about.
Come out of our shell.
That's just what it's about. That's how we make you feel.
Really?
Yeah.
But is that your goal, though? Or you want
that has to be the goal.
Okay. Is it just about making us feel comfortable?
It's however we make you feel is what you feel.
Okay.
You know, within the barber you go to.
Yeah, sure.
That's just what it's about. It's the haircut, the conversation is just the next thing, but the ultimate thing is how you make these customers feel in your chair.
Yeah. Have you ever had some crazy stories? Can you, no names. We're not naming names. Okay. But what's some of the craziest shit that you've heard on your chair?
I mean, these dudes just come in. They're just venting. They're like, you know, my wife had an affair. I mean, they're just venting. I mean, they're sad people, man. I mean, and it's just so. But you got to be relatable, like you are. Like on you said, you made the people cry.
Yes.
You know, it's just being relatable, being transparent, and you kind of compare your life stories to their life stories. And
gotcha.
Kind of build your trauma with their trauma, and then build your positives with how can you be positive on that.
You know, I like the way you think. You're so philosophic. You know, where'd you get that from?
I guess just like the people I surround myself with. So like, you know, they're always about trying to win, nothing but like they're just persistent on just like going hard.
Yeah.
Right? Like so it's just the motivated people around me, and I try not to let people come into my life in my circle and like bring that shit down, because I'm not gonna have it. I want to be. Trajectory is going up.
Okay, got you.
Right, so
yeah, I got you. And I'm really jealous that you're making so much money a week. I've been doing this for 4 years. I'm making shit. No. Just kidding. Listen, we're blessed and we're being
right.
Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing in this world, Johnny?
Yeah, I believe so. I could be doing better though. Everybody could be doing better.
Yeah, no. But career-wise, do you think this is the right choice for you so far?
I'm in the AC.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to think about what I used to do.
Wait, so therapy sessions. Back to the therapy sessions, because I see you were trying to push me away from that, and I came back. I bounced back. So but they're coming in, and some people are going through some things, but I bet some people tell you some really personal things about them that they're doing that's wrong too.
Well, I don't want to stir the pot, you know.
No, we're not stirring pots. Yes, no. Yeah. And like I said, don't name names.
I mean,
but like,
to be honest with you, I try to remember the conversations, and but I don't dwell on the bad stuff.
Sure. Do you find yourself giving advice sometimes? Like,
you know, and then but people do want to hear when they come back and see me, like, oh, I remember this about that conversation. I'll bring that up, and they love to hear that. But we're not going to talk about the sad stuff that may come back around.
No, let's not do that. Okay. Sometimes I wonder, like, if when Sid is cutting my hair, like, because sometimes somebody will be in my DMs. Do you ever find yourself sometimes like glancing at the phone, and you're just like?
Yeah, I mean,
it happens. It's natural.
It's natural. It really is.
I'm like,
it's just the angle. It's just the angle.
I don't want him to see these D pics that these people be sending me. I get nervous. Okay. You know what I mean? I don't. You know. You ever look down and you saw a pic and you're like, shit, never mind.
No, I mean, you know, people just on their social media, and then, you know, some people are like, you know, how you're in a room. It could just be anybody. You're in a room with people, and then you're on your social media. You scroll and you see something. Yeah. And at least a barber gonna see it, but. You know,
I'm gonna ask Sid when I get my haircut. I'm gonna say, "Did you ever see some freaky shit on my phone?" And I'm sorry if you did. My bad.
Or anyone's phone. Yeah.
No, because we don't want to set up. Okay, so right. Let's talk about barbers. Okay, so do you think that there's too many of you guys? And like, you know, you seem like you're level. That's the wrong question. You seem like you're really level-headed. You seem like you're just about your business and you're focused on just you and Johnny Ray Tovar, right? But surely in any field of work, and I like to ask this question to everybody, there's competition, you know what I mean? And everybody wants to be on top and everybody wants to have the most clients and stuff like that. What is your perspective on that particular aspect of being a barber?
I mean, yeah, there is competition. What are you going to do to set yourself apart? And then that's going to come down to how do you make these customers feel? That's what that's going to come down to.
Okay, gotcha.
I've gone to classes and I've shown my customers what I've done. Corey led that to me, so he's like, go to classes, man. Go sure. Take what you learn from me, take what you learn from him, from that influencer, her, and then put it in your pot, and then you cook, and then you just like, now I can cut women's hair if I wanted to.
Oh,
if
really?
I wanted to. You know
okay,
what I mean?
gotcha.
So yeah, so cutting men's hair is just, I don't really too much count nobody's pockets, worry about another shop. I worry about what I can control.
Okay.
But I know there's competition, and I know what I'm great at, which is making the person feel the way they feel.
Yeah.
But in my shop, I try to uplift those guys. And I try to do what I can as like a manager there and try to help Corey with like Google managing. There's a reason why we're we're the 5-star barbershop that we are. And we got the best reviews and we're number 1.
Okay.
That's just the truth of the matter. I put skin into that with Corey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I think Corey media trained you before you came on the show. No, I'm kidding.
Media training?
No, I'm kidding. Stop it. Don't be trying to fight me.
No. I definitely, the mentorship, man, they teach us that SEO, website building, all that.
I was going to say, a lot of people, I would argue to say that some people are more focused on, I just want my craft to look good, right? You strike me more on the educational side. Like, you could teach this now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why was it more important to learn, I guess, more about the behind the scenes? It seems like you're more book smart behind it. You know what I mean?
I don't know what drove me there. I guess because I was naturally a book smart person. Okay. I guess that's what drove me to really just learn it all if possible. I mean, why not?
Yeah, sure.
So.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. So what about prices and stuff, right? And I love asking you guys these because, I remember back in the day getting a haircut was $10. It was nothing but $10, right?
Yeah.
So now it's like
2010.
Now it's not $10. Now, some barbers are charging $35, some barbers are $45. Do you think it's too expensive now, or some people would argue that it is too expensive, and why does it cost almost $50 to cut my hair? What is your thoughts on that?
So I think the max for a haircut is $50. I don't think that's too expensive. I think it gets too expensive on if you go away every week. That's,
listen, I have an appointment on Wednesday, all right? I have an appointment on Wednesday.
But that's just truth. Like, budgeting wise.
We had to get Johnny here on a Monday, okay? We had to get him on a Monday because y'all no, you worked today.
I did. Straight from work.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But no, I'm sorry. Okay, the prices. So $50 is not too much. Okay.
No. So, and then, but, you charge, I charged $35. I was charging $25 2 years ago. And then I was obviously charging $5 2 years before that.
Yeah, I got you.
I went from $5 to $25 to $35, and I probably will be here for another 2 more years. I don't know.
Okay. So right now you're
35.
Okay, got you. What about tipping though? Is that like absolutely necessary?
I would say, to be honest, throw your tipping in your price. Like, to where you don't need to require a tip.
Yeah, because I remember, so Misa and I talked about that when he was on the show. Okay, yeah. So is your tipping in your price?
That's why I charge $35. I feel like, and then, does this charge extra for this, my eyebrows or my, no, I don't charge it for a design or nothing, because it's in the price already.
Everything's in the price, okay.
Right.
Now, do you have that listed, though? Like, first of all, how do we book with you?
Right, it's just a simple website. Boom,
it's
on
just
Square.
Website.
Yep,
on Square. Okay, yeah. So, but so I book on Square, right? And then Sid tells us what we're getting on our haircut. You know what I mean? So, the price that we're paying. So, do you do the same thing? Like, do people know? Okay, I'm paying $35 for da 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 da. But you don't put tip included, do you?
No.
No. Okay.
So I just let that be known in person. And,
yeah. Well, because some people want to feel obligated to either not tip or tip. And then, it bears the argument because it's like, oh, well, if you already put the tip in the price, why should I give you more? But then some people are like, well, I'm going to give you more because I think you did a really good job.
Okay, and then I'll test them. Okay, they're like, okay, well, I want to be able to tip you. Okay, well, all right, well, look, here's, I charge 30.
Yeah.
And then we'll see, they might do 32 or they might do 37.
Sure.
Or so, I mean, that's just going to tell me how to go about. I'm still going to keep busy keeping you coming to my chair because I worked with you. I said, all right, I'm going to come down to 30.
Yeah.
And that's just the type of person I am. I'm grateful for you to be in my chair keeping me busy.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
And especially
if you can't afford it, okay, fine, that's fine.
No, definitely.
I'll work with you, but
what's too cheap as of a tip?
Too cheap.
What makes you roll your eyes now? You're seasoned now. Okay, you're one of the big dogs. And please, we got to get Corey on the show.
It has to be $2. I will. No, yeah, he'll be next. Yeah, $2. I'm just like.
So $2, you go.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
So if I go get my haircut for you, hold on a second. If I go to Butlers Barber,
at least $5, bro. At least $5.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah. I hate talking about tipping. I really do. Because if I go to Ichiban and they put the tip in the price and they add a gratuity, I'm not adding more tip. Yeah. Sometimes the gratuity is $8. Yeah. The meal was already $40.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know about Ichiban. I don't eat Chinese food. So.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry for you.
Okay. It is what it is.
We talked about Butlers and I have to say I've been to Butlers because Luke Wu, he did do my hair one time because he was trying to put me on this hair clay. Right, and I ended up Oasis is what it's called, and I still have it at my house. I kept it as a keepsake, and so I really like the aesthetic of Butlers Barber. I like the way he has it looking in there. It looks really sophisticated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you seem to be very loyal with Butlers, and kudos to you because loyalty is so rare these days. It really is.
Right.
Do you ever plan on venturing out on your own, or are you just kind of sticking with Corey?
So great question. Yeah. You know how you said what you said earlier? You're like you said what'd you say?
What did I say?
Like you're like you seem like you're a great speaker on it. Like you're very knowledgeable, educational wise, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I know with that being said, I know I can be a great shop owner or I can be a great instructor, right? So I know my path. I can go any which way I want. I can go. Or I'm still introverted, but I've opened up. But I can go to a studio like this with me and one barber, and then I can just make money that way, be my own studio, because I'm introverted.
Yeah.
Or I'm so extroverted, I can be open. So I can go open a shop, or I can co-partner with Corey because he's entertained that as well with me.
Okay.
Or I can go open a school because there is opportunities for me.
Right.
There is. So
right.
So yeah, so it is constant, and plus I'm trying to buy a home as well.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm trying to weigh that out, but I'm building plays. Business credit gonna give me that, and then personal credit gonna give me that. They're not gonna hurt each other.
You are really doing your homework. You really are on your textbooks. You're ahead in the books. Yeah. Okay. So there would never be no bad blood, but because some people they venture out on their own, and some people take it personal. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so it seems like your relationship with Corey is really solid,
right,
solidified.
I don't want to burn no bridges. Right.
Yeah, no, and it sounds like he would be proud of you if you ever wanted to do your own thing, right?
Yeah.
How much credit do you give him for that?
I don't want to spill too much beans on my guy or any of them, but 2 years ago, I don't know, say I did leave, he probably would be petty, right? But now, he probably, congratulations, proud of you, bro.
Yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying. You've spoken so highly about him through this interview, and I've met Corey, and he's so kind. He really is. He was so kind with me, and I just think that it's really great, especially in the business that you're in, where there's so many of you guys, and competition can be so tough, and it can be so thick that you actually have somebody that you can just kind of like maybe in a way look up to. Is that fair to say? You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? And Corey's that guy, and I like that for you and Corey. I truly do. I think that the relationship that it sounds like you guys have built is so healthy.
Yeah.
And especially him as a seasoned barbershop owner. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. For him to say, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to, this and that. That just doesn't exist everywhere. You asked me about radio. Yeah. Right. Didn't exist there. You know what I mean? So I just think that is actually so phenomenal. Goodness gracious. What's the craziest haircut somebody's ever asked you to do? And you were just like, listen, I'm not going to be able to do this.
They do be asking for some weird stuff. I'm just like, this is not going to be right for you, man.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, they do be asking for some weird stuff, but I don't let it happen no more. I mean, it's gotten to a point, remember I told you like 2 years ago, it just clicked for me.
Yeah, I got you.
So like now you're going to get the haircut I'll give you.
I got you.
After that. So like.
Do you have a lot of gay clients?
Oh, yeah.
I bet they be spilling the most tea, huh? I bet they be chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
They be we do. I'm speaking on behalf of the gays. Yes, we do.
Yeah,
I know that when I sit on Sid's chair, he's like, oh shit.
Less of a filter. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
You know what? I just want to congratulate you again so much. Again, part of the reason why I wanted you on the show is because I really been watching you do your thing. You know what I mean? And I do want to give a shout out to Butlers Barber Lounge because Corey has been one of the nicest people I've ever met, and I just think that his barbershop is just gorgeous. It's phenomenal, and everybody should go check it out. Honestly, I do. But for you, we mentioned earlier, you know, your head is so buried in work, you don't have much of a personal life.
Right.
Do you want to find that again?
So my personal life is basically just it's still working.
Okay.
All right. I'm always in the meetings.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of insisting on work, but that helps keep me focused.
Gotcha.
Right. And then other than that, you know, football, basketball, I'm a crazy football and basketball junkie.
Yeah.
So whether it's gambling or whether it's going to play it or whether it's on 2K, gaming. Yeah. You know, it's going to be consistent of that on my free time.
Yeah.
And then, that pretty much, and then I put in so much hours at work.
Okay.
As far as like 6 days a week, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Booked and busy. Well, listen,
for sure.
Thank you again so much for coming on to the show. I truly appreciated having you on. And what's next for you, Johnny?
First of all, thank you, Andrew. It was an honor to be here with you. I know what this means for you. It means for me better.
Yeah.
You know, I can probably gain some traction off of your buzz. You know what I mean? And but thank you.
I'm not promising you $5,000 a week now. Okay.
No. I'll get that on my own.
I'll leave that to Corey. Okay, Corey. Yeah.
No, that's not up to him. It's up to me.
That's up to you. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah.
That's how hard I want to push. Right.
And please shout out to Corey.
Shout out Corey.
Shout out to Corey. Yes,
my boy, he'll be here.
Yeah.
That's me. What's next for me? Next for me? So, to be honest with you, buying a home as soon as the tax season rolls around, January, February, and then wishful thinking, if not by the end of this December, by next December, I'll be having my own, whatever it may be, school. Yeah. It could be studio. It could be barbershop. That's what's going on. It's really going to happen. It's going to happen.
Well, whenever all that happens, you let me know because I definitely want to come to the grand or soft opening.
Got you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then I'm going to bring lots of girls so that way you can have a girlfriend.
My boy.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. But now I'm telling you again, if some gays slide in your DM, just block them. You'll be all right. Yeah. All you have to do is block them.
Yeah.
Okay. Or get new clients. Hello. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might help you get a girlfriend. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Well, Johnny, thank you again so much.
Yeah.
And how can we book with you in case somebody's out watching this and like, oh, I want to go check out Butlers Barber Lounge.
JRayBlends.com. Just go type that in on your URL.
You have your own website?
My own domain, yeah.
Oh my God, I need my own domain. I don't have my own domain.
You don't?
No.
No? Publicaffair.com or nothing like that? No. Oh, you got to get on.
Somebody told me I should get an app.
No, not the app.
No app?
Your own domain.
Get my own domain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that. How about that?
Sure.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
And you guys will get exclusive content and very sexy photos of me. You guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode.
Thank y'all. Might be a part two.
There might be a part two. Okay, yes, we'll be rolling up in here with Corey. Okay, when he finally comes on the podcast, I'm going to reach out.
That's
to
what
him
it takes. Yeah,
I'm going to tell him Johnny said that you were going to come on, so when are we booking you? Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Truly, thank you again. And as much as you say it was an honor for you to be here, I'm so grateful that you came on and trusted my platform to give yourself, even if it's just a little bit exposure. So I'm truly grateful for that. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Now to all of you guys, of course, I'm promising more on the way. Now, before we go, I definitely want to stop opportunity. I just got to give a shout out just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair, of course, to J. Pedo and Poke with Junior Fuentes and his entire family, providing delicious, savory Japanese crepes and poke bowls. And they also have handcrafted Thai rolled ice cream for dessert. You can choose from a menu item or just download the J. Pedo app, like I like to do, and you just go create what you want. You create what you want and you move on. It's the best thing ever. I put all my proteins on there. I put my base, which is white rice is life for me. Okay, and all my toppings and all my sauces. Oh, you guys, it's so delicious and it's fresh. It's healthy for you. You know what I mean? It's so good for you. As a matter of fact, it's giving dinner. To J. Pedo and Poke, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, I have to give a huge shout out to Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, who offer team, small group, and individual skills training and some of the best child care services with Soko kids. And if you guys need your kids to do something after school, hit up Soko Soccer Academy because they're really keeping them active. They're keeping their head in the game. They're keeping them social. They're keeping them out of trouble. I'm just so proud of Soko Soccer Academy. So big shout out to you guys. And of course, The Public Affair will always remain a very proud sponsor of the Soko Soccer teams. To shout out to my brother, Coach Mauro Maldonado, to the coaches, Coach Jeff Knapp, Coach Megan Chavez. You guys are truly the GOATs. And thank you so much for letting me support your team any type of way that I can. To Soko Soccer Academy, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Hummingbird Party backdrops and decor with my girl, Ana Limones. Listen, call for all party decor. I'm talking about beautiful balloon props. So when you open your school, when you open your shop or whatever, make sure you hit up my girl, Hummingbird Party backdrops and decor. She's the GOAT. Okay, her husband makes custom wooden backdrops. So any way you want to. You want Spider-Man, whatever you want. He's got you, right? With a number of wooden backdrops and balloon arches and so much more. Calling them on the screen, se habla español. To my girl, Ana Limones, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, y'all know I'm not going to go on without thanking my boy Junior Banda Web, Fat Boy Michelada y Botana. That's right, providing the best Michelada and Botana place for yourself or for a party offering the best aguachile, ceviche, chamoy candy, hot Cheeto pickle plates, and so much more. Oh, you guys, it's so amazing. They're perfect for events. If you guys are having a big giant party, he'll make you trays, okay? Or if you just want something for yourself, he's got you, okay? And if you ask nicely, he might deliver as well. Get him to the barbershop.
Shout out Fat Boy.
Yeah, don't you love him? Yeah. He's so amazing. It's addicting to Fat Boy Michelada. Make sure you guys get the best and not the rest at Fat Boy Michelada. And botana to all of you guys. Thank you again so much. I truly appreciate it.
Shout out all the sponsors, y'all.
Yeah, yes, of course. No, I'm so grateful for every single one of them. Truly, they mean the world to me. And it means the world to me that guests like you just trust me to come onto the show and just let us do us. Let loose. And I'm wishing you nothing but the best, Johnny Ray.
Appreciate it, bro.
Okay? But no matter what happens in your DMs after this, always keep it between us. That's it.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support and a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.